Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. Sean Driver, the Red Horde, and this is a hors d'oeuvre where we take a look at things that happen off the pitch and try to see how they impact things on the pitch. And we're going to be looking into regulations. Woohoo! As exciting as those can be, I will try to make it a little bit interesting because the EFL made a mistake within the regulations, and it confused the heck out of me. It confused a couple of other people on Twitter, and I thought I better have a look. I want to figure out what happened, and I'm here with an explanation. If you haven't been here before, the other things that I do, watch parties for Wrexham. The cross-border derby is going to be on with Shrewsbury on Saturday. Next Saturday, be around for that one. And I also do a Who Are You series where I take a look at the other clubs around League One and kind of give an introduction, do the research into the gaffer and the kit and the team and the players and the transfers in and out and how they're performing and the stats, and throw it all out there into a thing, and it's something you can watch if you're interested. Anyways, gonna jump right into this one, so let's go. How did this one all come about? Well, I was looking at Mo Fall's signing and went, great, we've got another U21. He's not going to count in the squad list. Do we have 22 for the squad list? I'm not really certain. And so what is the squad list? The squad list is a list of 22 players that have to be provided to the EFL 24 hours after a transfer window closes. 24 hours after a transfer window closes. And so that would have just happened recently. We're probably going to get the squad list released. Otherwise, we're going to find out that this was all really tempest in a teapot and nothing really to worry about, but I thought I'd just explain where the issue was and get over it. So looked at things in transit on the way home and went, none of this is making sense. What's going on and why can't I figure out? The math is not mathing. So in any event, we're going to break this down into the screen so that I can bring up both the squad list regulations. What you're looking at here are the 2023-24 regulations and the 24-25 regulations. I can put the 24-25 list in a card or down below. You can find those. The other ones I had from last year. But for our purposes, the squad list, rule 44.9.2, it's page 306 in last year's, it's page 310 in this one. It's identical. What does it say with respect to League One clubs? The following players do not need to be included in the squad list to be eligible to play in league matches. Subsection A deals with the championship. That's for them. B, in respect to League One and League Two clubs, you do not have to list anybody under 21 or goalkeepers. So that's great. Goalkeepers are easy. You can take that out. But the under 21, how do we define what an under 21 is? And this is where the issue arose. Get rid of those definitions. Bring up the actual definitions. The 2023-24 ones you can end up finding within the last year's regulations on page 251. For this year's, you're looking at page 244, and they're nearly identical. Other than the example turning into the guidance in this year's newer edition, and a mistake with one of the numbers. So let's just read the first paragraph. Under 21 players in both means a player under the age of 21 as at the 1 January in the year in which the season concerned commences. So season commences 2022, you go back to January 1st, 2022. You don't go to August or July when they started the season. You don't go to the subsequent January 1st. You go back to January 1 of the year that the season occurred. And they give the example that says, for season 2022, born on or after 1 January 2001. Pause there and just do the math. You can see 22 minus 2001, and you can kind of register that you've got at least a different digit by one, right? 2022, 2001. They're not the same. It's not 2002 is what I'm trying to say. The reason why I say that's important is when you look at 2024-25, you get to the guidance that says, for season 2024-25, an underage 21 player is someone born on or after 1 January 2004. Well, wait, 2024 to 2004, that's 20. 2022 to 2001, that's 21? What happened? I don't know what happened. Somebody made a mistake, an associate in redrafting, didn't get caught in some firm somewhere or in an office, and it just got missed. And so I went, let's double check this. So I did two things. I went to UEFA for the U19, U21 rules, and much clearer rules, but there's no distinctive change. This wasn't a planned thing to start to change when the U21s were going to be determined. And so I went and did, because I'm a practical guy, like Rob and Rich from Rob Ryan Red, I also suck at math. That's why I became a lawyer and not an engineer or a doctor or anyone involved in the sciences, because I don't get it. But the calculations are there, and you can see that using the exact example that they listed for when games were started that season in 2022, you go back to 2021, and what do you run into? Well, 21 years and 6 months when they start. So you're still considered a U21, even though you're technically older than 21 when the season begins. That's okay. 2024-25, you see that it's now a 1 year difference. And I knew that something had to be wrong. And so what I also did is I brought this, let's go back. If you do the calculation here, and this is how I think they should do the definition, is just say that it's a person born in 2001. And under 21 is somebody who was born in 2001 for the 2024-25 season. Then next year, do it for 2002 or whatever. Do it for each year. I misspoke there. In 2022-2023, you were under 21 if you were born in 2001. And that's what the example in last year's regulations provide for you. 2023-2024, you add one to each, it would be 2002. If you were born in that year, you're under 21. And so this year you would think it would be 2003, but it's not because of that typo. It's 2004. And so just a minor mistake, but ends up having some rather potential big effects. I just left it because I wanted to bring this one up as well. We all know last year, Max was not on the squad list. And he wasn't on the squad list because he was 2002 born and he was still considered an under 21 for the 23-24 season. And we knew that for 24-25, we were going to have to put him on the squad list, right? No big deal. So Fall, born in 2003, and Revan, also born in 2003, not included and should not be included in the squad list and won't be included in the squad list. This is just a typo. I'm sure the memo went out to everybody and said, we made a mistake. It's unfortunate. Lawyers are humans. Associates are humans. Somebody made a mistake. And it just kind of threw everybody off, or at least me off. Maybe I'm just a little slower to get around to it. And so no big deal. We'll get the squad list, but now everybody understands because I know there's a bunch of people scratching their eyes, their faces, their experience, and going, this doesn't jive with what I understand was going on. So we'll be okay. For Wrexham, what does that mean big picture? We're only going to have 21 people. The players that are in the academy, like Ashfield and Rainbird and Dean and James, Aaron James, they don't have to be listed. Seb and Mo don't have to be listed. Neither do the three goalkeepers that we have. They're not listed. And when you count up whoever's remaining, what do you get to? You get to 21. So we either go with 21 or we could potentially add a free agent if we find one. So we'll see whether there's something else in the cards. There's been somebody who's been training with the club for 10 days or so. Maybe that's a signing. Maybe there's somebody else who's free. We'll figure that all out. In any event, I hope that one made sense. Just a typographical mistake, and it threw me off for a good solid 5 hours until I looked at last year's regulations and went, what's happening? We'll be here, like I said, cross-border derby, Shrewsbury game. Then we'll be the Birmingham game on the following Monday. So come in and join us for the watch parties and have a chat. There's a nice little community. We get about 300 concurrent viewers who do their thing. 52 countries so far have been represented, and we have a lot of fun with it. And also keep your eye out for the Who Are You series, where we'll talk about Shrewsbury, we'll talk about Brum, and we'll go through the whole thing. If you like this sort of stuff, subscribe button down below. Stay in tune. Let me know if you enjoyed this one in the comments below. And that's it. That's all. I'll catch you later. Sean Driver, the Red Horde. Have a good one. Take care.